Hi, chat. Hello, hello. Sorry, I was a bit slow. I was eating the last bite of my dinner. It took a bit longer than I expected. It was very nice, but very filling, so I couldn't eat super fast. And then I ran into time issues because I was eating so slow. But hello, I hope you guys are all doing really well. It is so nice to have you all today. Let me see who got the first crew. Hopeful Weirdo, Thomas, Donut, Faye, and Rose. Congratulations on snatching one of the first 5. Thank you for being here early as I started the stream. And Izzy, thank you so much for the 25 stream streak. Let's freaking go. And Porp with that 25 stream streak as well. You had a good nap? Oh, I'm a little jelly. I would have loved the nap as well. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that, Hopeful Weirdo. I hope in a weird way that crying made you feel better. Sometimes you just need a good cry, and then after you have like a clearer head. But I'm sending you all the best vibes. I'm so sorry to hear that. But yeah, sometimes a good cry can solve a lot as well. Just getting it out of your system. But I'm sending you good vibes and big hugs. Also welcome into everyone who is joining. For some of you who were at co-working, long time no see. Sadly, it did not really blame your mom. Ugh, frustration. I hope you can find some distraction here today and just good vibes and relaxation and slowly feel a little bit better. Needed sleep so badly. I'm glad to hear that you got a good nap then. That is always nice. Didn't menses and caps. Hey, it worked. It worked. It looked really cool. You finished making your ultimate legacy tracker with 100 gens. Let's freaking go. That is hella impressive. Considering that I remember struggling so much when I was doing the pack legacy one, and that's only 35. Yay! 365 times watered the plants. That is wild. That's like a whole year worth of streams. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. I'm doing good, Senator. I'm doing good. I'm very happy with the progress I made in work today. Like it was one of those days where I don't know. I just locked in and I got things done and it sort of worked out the way that I wanted to. It gave me like some clarity, some direction. I slept very well last night, so I feel very rested. I know. I'm actually doing pretty well. Last week I had like some struggles, EDS flare up, stuff like that, but this week is so far is going pretty well. I had a really nice weekend. I think that helped. Like I had a very, very relaxing weekend. Right? 100 generation is so impressive. Also, hi, SodaStorm. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And Chris, thank you so much for the 215 stream streak. That is wild. And then we have Mim coming in with the 40 stream streak. Also absolutely wild. Thank you guys for being here so much. I want to show you guys something. I just realized I haven't showed it because yesterday we had so many yaps that I totally didn't actually like showed it to you guys. But I went book shopping. I want to show you guys my books because I feel like you guys also like reading. And some of you might have seen it on Instagram, but I know not everyone checks my Instagram. And also was on a story, so it's like easy to miss. 40 is wild with working full time. 100%. That is like, I mean, even if you weren't working full time, that is impressive. But I'm gonna quickly grab them because I already put them away in my bookcase. But I'm gonna grab them so I can show them to you. Because I was actually very proud. I managed to shop across different genres, which is very exciting because the last time I went shopping, I just bought fantasy books. And I think the time that I went shopping before that, I also just bought fantasy books. So now I actually managed to get different types of books. So the first one is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And I am very intrigued by this book because after seeing a lot about it on Instagram, supposedly, and actually after watching a lot of the people do like very deep dives, Powerless is like extreme plagiarism from this book. And everyone's basically on like Bookstagram, like kind of calling people like, oh, if you want to read a story like this, read the original. Don't read Powerless because it's literally stolen work. At this point, there's even a lot of speculation if, especially part 2 of Powerless was written by AI for a good part. There's people who make extremely deep dives. Funny thing is, I've never read Powerless. So Powerless is one of those books that the cover looks nice. So I was like, oh, maybe one day I want to try it. But then I saw all those Instagram posts and I was like, and oh, it's not just published, Tayuki. It's a worldwide bestseller. Which is why it's sparking so much debate online. But people are literally doing chapter to chapter comparisons between the two books. And they are like, there's like not just plot lines, but exact quotes coming from this book that is used in Powerless. Like it's, once you go down the deep dive, the funny thing is, again, I read neither book, but still went down the deep dive, and it becomes very apparent. It's really hard to ignore. Which is sad. Like, it is really sad that that happens. And most people are saying, like, instead of hating on Powerless and, like, turning this into sort of like a mob hate towards the author of Powerless, let's turn it into something positive and redirect that energy back to the book that was written years ago. Because supposedly Victoria Aveyard is a very, like, compassionate and like, nice person as well, who is also basically let herself be inspired by a lot of other authors and always gave like so much credit where credit was due. And like everyone's basically praising her for being a really nice person. So everyone's like, pick up this book and then, you know, use the energy that comes from this towards uplifting a writer. I mean, not that she necessarily desperately needs it. She's sold over 5 million copies. So it's not like she went fully under the radar or anything, but still, I figured, you know what? I like myself a good young adult. This was written around the same time or shortly after Hunger Games, and the author of this book has also said that she was very much inspired by Suzanne Collins and that she really likes that genre. And I love the Hunger Games, so I was like, you know what? Let me get this one and actually try it, because also it's a very reasonably sized book. I know that some people might see this and think that's a normal book. To me, this is a small book. Yeah, I saw that too, Charlotte. It's really sad. But this book has pretty big letters. And it has, let me see. About a little under 400 pages. It is Red Queen. Red Queen. So I'm very excited to read that. It's going to be one of those books that's just like a nice one to get started. It is a series, so if I like it, I'll probably buy all the other books as well. But for me, it feels like a small book because most of my books at this point are at least 650 plus. The next book that I got, I've actually held multiple times. And every single time I put it back. And this time around, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy it. Because I love the cover. I just think this is a very pretty book. I'm also very intrigued by the story, and it is a Brandon Sanderson, so I am pretty sure that I'm going to like it anyways. But I just really love the look of this book. It's like one of those books that keeps catching my eye. Every single time I see it in the shop, I'm like, ooh, that's a pretty book. Like, I keep like gravitating towards it. But it is a Cosmere novel, so that means that it is part of the Cosmere universe. But, which, for anyone who isn't aware, Brandon Sanderson has written most of his books, not all, but most of his books are part of like a bigger universe called the Cosmere. But this is a standalone book. So it's not like part of a series or a trilogy or anything, which I'm very excited about because I wanted to read more Brandon Sanderson, but I don't think I'm quite ready to dive into Stormlight Archives because I've been reading a lot of series recently, and Stormlight Archives is a big boy. And I'm someone, I cannot take breaks in series. As soon as I start, I have to continue. So I have to make like actual time for Stormlight Archives. So I was like, I don't think I'm ready for that just yet, but having another Brandon Sanderson is actually really nice. So many people have told me to read Brandon Sanderson that at this point I'm not reading him just because everyone is raving about him. I mean, I'm just going to be yet another person to tell you that Brandon Sanderson is really good. I have only read the Mistborn trilogy, so I've only read 3 of his books. So I can't be like, I don't have an extremely diverse opinion. The thing is, I personally, for me, the Mistborn saga, I loved Mistborn. The first book, amazing. The Mistborn saga as a whole was a little bit disappointing in terms of the story, but that's not because it's a bad story. That's just because and this is a potential spoiler, but not really because it is very generic what I'm about to say, but just in case you really don't want any spoilers, you can close your ears now, but it's a very generic broad spoiler. Um I'm personally sometimes struggling with the fact that a lot of fantasy books sort of distill down to the fight between good and bad, or the fight between God and the devil. I find that a overly written plot. And I understand that it's a plot that lends itself very well because you have a very clear this team versus this team, right? You have a very clear tension of who's going to win, the good guys or the bad guys. But I feel particularly annoyed when something goes from not just the good guys and the bad guys, because I think that's actually an interesting play at things. You can there's a lot of gray areas in between good and bad. But when it just like when you write an entire fantasy saga to just distill it down to God versus the devil, that to me is, I'm like, that lacks a little bit of inspiration. Because that story has been told many times. Some even argue that the original story is also fantasy. So, like, it's kind of like, I don't know. I find that not too inspired. But at the same time, his writing is amazing. It didn't read to you like that at all. Okay, very much, everyone, if you don't want to hear this, but I have a question. So if you don't want to hear a specific spoiler, close your ears. What did you read Chaos and Preservation as then? If it's not the creator of humankind versus the one that wants to destroy it. Because that's literally what he explains in the book. To me, that sounds like God versus the devil. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I just interpret it wrong. That's also very possible. But that, for me, it was like almost too obvious. Which I guess it doesn't help that I'm very aware that he's a Mormon writer. So I expected it. I expected that to influence his earlier work. Which obviously Mistborn is one of his earlier works. So I was just more intrigued to read that and like see how much it bled through. But that's also why I'm curious to read all of his other books, because I think it's not as present or obvious in those. So yeah, I'm still very excited to read Brandon Sanderson because his prose and his way of writing is amazing. It is incredible how he builds very complex worlds with very intricate magic systems and very, very interesting layered characters without it being hard to read. And I grew up religious, so you think I'd spot it? I mean, I guess you were just really invested into the story, which is also amazing. That is also a sign of good writing, I guess. I actually like it, but now that you mention it, I cannot unsee. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't know if it actually ruins it, but I feel like to me that felt just a little less creative. But that is also particularly because I had extremely high expectations because everyone was always raving about Brandon Sanderson, obviously. So my expectations were like through the roof. And then that's like, there's just the only thing that I was slightly disappointed with, which again, I still very much enjoyed the series. It had a very unexpected ending. I did not expect Mistborn to end the way that it ended. So I think in that sense, even though some of the things I felt were a little predictable and unoriginal, it still was a really good story and I loved it. So that's just me being like overly critical because I have a very high expectations of what I thought I was going to read, basically. I know too much Bible stuff to make the comparison because there's also a bunch of differences. Oh, 100%. Totally agree. There are so many differences. I absolutely agree with that. So it's not like a one-on-one copy. That is very true. As someone who was also raised within the Christian religion, I definitely noticed the differences. I just felt like the comparison was too obvious, but maybe that's also just me. Again, if you didn't read it that way, that's actually really nice that it's not so clear that everyone reads it that way. Then totally switching gears, by the way, I bought Heated Rivalry. Oh, the ending. Yeah. I feel like it didn't wreck me as much because everyone kept telling me it wrecked them. So I was like super prepared to be really sad. And then it felt less unexpected, but it still hurt for sure. Yes, of course. Good luck with the work. I hope it goes well. But yeah, I'm very excited to read this. I must admit, I was a little shocked when we were in the bookstore because on the back of this book it says the book that got me into hockey romance. And I was standing in the bookstore with Lynn and Mick, and I say to Lynn, I go, into hockey romance, as if that's like a genre. And Lynn, dead serious, looks at me and she's like, yeah, it is. And she's like, look at the table. I literally picked up this book from a table that was filled with other hockey romance books. So yeah, apparently it's a genre. I did not know that that was a specific subgenre, but I'm actually kind of excited to read it now. I'm watching the series, and I don't know. This is one of those books. If I ever have like a long weekend off, or I don't know, if I have like an evening to myself with a good glass of wine, I'll probably fly through this book. It's just good entertainment. I have no idea whether it's going to be actually like good prose or well written, but I think I'm just going to enjoy it exactly for the reason that it's probably an easy read. So yeah, I'm just excited. This is just a nice book to have, you know. And then I have a book that's actually, yeah, right, Costite, that's what I was thinking. It feels so niche, but apparently it is not. Apparently hockey romance is a big niche. It is so specific. I know. Um, you have read the first two off-campus books in like 1 week. I don't think I've read off-campus or like heard of off-campus, but yeah, I'm not surprised that it's another series within the same genre. Why Night with a Romance is such a good idea, and I only have 2 more days. Well, you know what you have to do then, Marilyn. You know, sometimes that's just relax, or with a cup of tea if you don't drink alcohol, you know, just a nice beverage to treat yourself. But the last book I got is actually, this was a recommendation from Lynn, who said that this was a book, this is like one of her 5-star reads of the year. So she pulled it off the shelf for me. The title is Dutch. It says De enige die overbleef, which basically means, I don't know exactly what the English title is, but the last one standing, or the last one left, or the only one who was left, or something like that. But it is a thriller, which I do love myself a good thriller. It's been a really long time since I've actually read a thriller. I think closest to the recent thriller that I've read is probably Dan Brown's Secrets of Secrets, but I feel like that's almost more mystery than thriller. Sometimes it is very exciting, but it's not as thrilling as an actual thriller. But it's from Riley Sager. And it's about, the story is about a young girl who supposedly killed her entire family, which is at least what, you know, the horror children's rhymes are about. Like, everyone's basically telling kids, like, be afraid. The old lady that lives in that house up the hill, she murdered her entire family. And then this book is basically, it takes place years after, like, when said little girl who was supposedly murdered her family is actually 70 years old, and she gets a new household help, like someone who comes to take care of her. And she basically ends up telling her entire truth, her entire story to that household help. And yeah, Lynn was like, this was one of the best books I've read in a long time. So I'm very excited for this one. It's gonna be good to read another thriller. So first I'm gonna finish Poppy War. And once I finish that, I'm like 50% into the second book. I'm in a little bit of a dip with reading it, because you know how trilogies tend to have a little bit of a dip in the right smack that in the middle of the series. I'm definitely there, and then I also took a break because of holiday. I didn't take my book to Rocemarée, so I didn't read for like a week, and now I'm struggling a little bit to get back into it. But I'm excited. If I think once I'm back into it, I'll probably read the last book really fast, because then I want to know how it ends. You have 2 more books in Throne of Glass, but you need to get back into it. Oh, the last book of Throne of Glass. That is a book that wrecked me, because I went into that one blind, and that book wrecked me. There's still parts of that book that I don't want to think about too much, because then I'll cry. First Tower of Dawn. I loved Tower of Dawn. I know that there's actually a lot of people who are initially skeptical about it. I was a little bit too. I didn't even do a tandem read. I read Tower of Dawn as a standalone. I loved it. I initially thought I was gonna hate it because it's not about the main characters. Loved it. It's such a refreshing story in the whole saga. Um, a bit of a reading slump. Do think I know why. Still have 2 books to go after that. Damn, 5 books. That's a lot. That's nice though. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm excited. But at this point, I'm like, okay, I've bought so many books recently that I should probably give myself a small book buying ban. I might be going to a bookstore again in 2 weeks, so that might be difficult. But I actually think I need a book buying ban because at this point I can't keep up with how much I'm I mean, I am in fact reading the books that I'm buying. It's not like I'm continuously buying books but not reading any of it. I'm just buying them faster than I'm reading. I feel sorry for oh my god. Yeah, I know, Marilyn, same. I feel sorry for anyone who was reading Throne of Glass real time. I don't think I could have done that. Can I use my hammer on you? Yes. Exactly. I am reading them. I'm just, at this point, I'm like, okay, in the past month or so, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 books. And I have, or no, 10 books. No, 9 books. 9 books. And I have read, I'm currently on the first one. But after that, I'm going to go straight into the second one. And after that, I already know I'm going to go straight into the third one. So like I am in fact putting them on my TBR and actually reading them. So yeah. Exactly, Esther. Exactly. Also Leia, welcome in. Just woke up from a big nap. You're not the only person who napped. There's multiple people who took a nap in the community. I'm proud of you guys for resting and relaxing. I'm probably gonna go to the bookstore tomorrow to watch, and so watch me buy books again. Yeah. I mean, can we blame ourselves? Books need to be bought. No, it's not fully updated yet. The 4 newest books are not on there yet. But I think, because obviously I only bought them this weekend, so I haven't had the time. But yeah, the other books are on there, I think. Yes, because Babel and Catabasis is on there already. So yeah. And then I also have a bunch of books that I did buy quite a while ago, but they're all first parts in series. And I think that's something that I'm excited about. I mean, to be fair, the Brandon Sanderson and Thriller are standalones. Heated Rivalry and Red Queen are yet again time to yet and again more series for first parts in series. But I guess I just like series. That at this point I know that about myself. Looking back, all the books that I read as a child were also series. I don't want to say goodbye to characters after one book. I just get way too attached to my fictional characters. And then I'm like, but yeah, if the book is done, I need like more. Exactly. I love the depth of the world and the characters that a series can go into. I'm really working on being able to just settle and read for a while without your mind going 50 directions. Yeah, it can be hard though. Especially, like, I also have this, I have phases where I can read super easily, and then I have phases where I don't know, just cannot seem to focus on the books. It just doesn't work, which is also fine. Like, I feel like reading is definitely one of those hobbies that if you're vibing with it and you're flowing with it, it's nice to do, but forcing yourself to read just destroys your love for reading. This is something that I had, like, when I was on high school. They made us read an X amount of books, but also you had to read from like a pre-selected book list. Yeah, exactly, Marilyn. That genuinely destroyed my love for reading because the pre-selected book list was a list of books, like literary qualified books that I just didn't enjoy. I still do not enjoy reading that specific genre. It's just a subgenre that I don't enjoy, which is fine. Like I love that we have so many different genres, but the fact that they were like, oh, so this genre is like good enough, and then all the other genres, like, no, that's not good. So for the fact that I had to read 4 literary books a year, were they related to classes? No. You just had, basically they say you have to read 4 books as part of this class because we find it important that you read. But to make sure that you read quality books, we are going to decide which books you can pick from. So yeah. And then you had to do assignments based on those books. So you had to write like an essay about a specific character, or you had to, I don't know, make a mood board based on the book. Yeah, literally, they would be like, these books are quality books. These books are like good enough. These are books that we consider like quality part of the Dutch language. Because that's the thing, they didn't want you to read anything translated. So it had to be originally written in Dutch, where I'm like, people that translate books actually study Dutch. So if they translate the books, then why can I not read them? Yeah, it had to be like specifically Dutch literature. And I hated it because I do not enjoy Dutch literature at all. Like that Supney, I don't enjoy it. Not one single bit. No, they didn't help you. I mean, to be fair, in this case, none of the literary books were actually related to my tastes or interests. 0. So they could have helped me all they want. They wouldn't have found anything. Whereas looking back, I'm like, if they had allowed me to read books that I would enjoy, I would have never stopped reading, but I genuinely fell out of love with reading because I was forced to read. It was mandatory for language courses though, so I had to read 12 books for Dutch and 6 for English over the course of 2 years. Yeah. I think I had to read 4 books for Dutch and 4 books for English. Or no, 3 books for English, I think. But for the English ones, they also picked specific ones that you could read. But at least those were, some of them I actually liked. But I think I had to read somewhere between 6 or 8 books a year, of which partially some of them were English for English class and most of them were Dutch for Dutch class. And I remember reading A Clockwork Orange, which I hated. But I also remember reading Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, which I loved. That's a beautiful story. So in English, I think I struggle a little bit less with the books on the list, but Dutch literature is just really not my cup of tea. Just really not my cup of tea. Yeah, I ended up doing that a lot too, Hopeful Weirdo. And then just like using my best imagination to make it seem like I actually read the book. But I'm just sad. I'm sad that they destroyed my love for reading by forcing me to read certain things. And I'm like, I am already someone who enjoyed reading. I can only imagine what that must have been like for people that already didn't enjoy reading. Because then it's just going to turn you away from it even more. It's literally going to have the exact opposite effect in comparison to what they actually wanted to achieve, right? Oh, no, there's no Dutch romance. I mean, you have translated Dutch romantasy. Listen, Marilyn, I made the mistake of reading Akatar in Dutch. Dutch romantasy and me are too well acquainted with each other. I read A Court of Silver Flames in Dutch. It's, yeah. My English teacher made a list of 10 books, of which half was by John Green. I think she loved his work or something, and 5 other books you were only allowed to read. One by John Green, though. Otherwise, you would have read all of the ones by John Green. Or people come up with those rules, know nothing about human psychology. Yeah, I know. It is still on the wheel. Yes, me reading a page in Dutch. We have, in fact, read one of the more smutty scenes from, I think, A Court of Wings and Ruin, on stream once. In the end, I read Paper Towns and The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I feel like Boy in the Striped Pajamas is a beautiful story, but it's quite hard to read. Like, it's a rough story. Want to read The Court series so bad, I can highly recommend it. It is like it's just a fun read. If you enjoy romantasy as a genre, it's a good read. Um, I've read in Dutch since I finished the Lijst, mainly because the library didn't have the next book of the selection in Dutch, but I did in English, so I figured I could read in English and never went back. Yeah, that's very fair. Also, by the way, I can start up my game. I just realized the ads have already ran. But I totally feel that. I actually read in Dutch until like a year ago. And then someone was like, but your English is so good. Why are you not reading in English? And I think it stems from like 5 years ago. No, not 5 years ago. 10 years ago. I once tried to read something in English and I just struggled with it a lot. Which is funny because I don't think my English level changed all that much since then. So maybe it was just a bad book. But I just full on thought to myself, I was like, I cannot read English books. It's like, even though I speak English very well, I don't think I can read English books. I don't think it's made for me. So then I just never did that. Do you remember? I have no idea. I truly don't remember which book it was. I wish I did because that would have been interesting to know. I just remember, also I paused the music on purpose because we're going to start Town to City and that has music in it. Yeah, definitely a not used to it kind of thing. I do remember it must have been something in the fantasy genre because something that I remembered struggling with was not knowing whether I didn't know a word or whether it was a fantasy word. And that was something that made me feel insecure, I guess. But then about a year ago, I picked up, I started reading Mistborn, actually. That was one of the first books in English, and it was so easy. I was like, why did I never do this before? And now I just read in English. The only reason I bought this in Dutch is because I completely missed that she also had an English copy, and I just was like, oh, I want to read this book, so I bought it in Dutch. But to be fair, with thrillers, I don't mind as much. I don't know. I think those work perfectly fine in Dutch as well. It's not like with romantasy where it gets really cringe. Your friend is a professional translator. She has a master's degree in translation Chinese to German, and she also translates from Korean to Japanese sometimes. She says the community of translation is very small and they only translate into the language they're most familiar with, which is your mother tongue. I've definitely heard that before, yeah. Because I was too impatient to wait for sequels to be translated. That is so valid. I think nowadays I probably have a very similar issue. I just want to have the book quick, you know. Also, before I get started, I'm really quickly gonna close my window because I realized it's been open all day and the entire day was fine, but now there's like a bit of a draft and it's actually kind of chilly. No, I know, Esther, I prepared. I already moved my camera. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's continue our gameplay. Also, hi, Tia. It is good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I am very excited to get back into it. I'll do a quick recap for anyone who might have missed what we've done before. Are you recording? That is actually an excellent question. I was like, of course I am. But I haven't actually tested if the plugin works because it should record automatically. But I have actually not, in fact, tested this. It seems like it's working because I have a bunch of recordings from other games. Today is the 21st. Yes, I am recording. But there is also a recording here that is stuck, I think. I'm going to have to look into that. That's an old recording, though, so that's not relevant for today. But yes, I am, in fact, recording. Thank you for checking. Okay, so this is our town of Rocemarée, which I looked it up today. Apparently, you're supposed to pronounce it Rosemary. I did not read it as Rosemary. I full on read it as something French or something. Yeah. Oops, I guess. But yeah, so let's from now on just say Rosemary. See if I can remember that. This is very much a starting town. However, when you arrive, we have a very nice market square, which I spend way too much money on. I think that's my biggest challenge in this specific town right now is that I keep running out of money because I am spending too much money on decorations. But this is where you arrive. Our station has had its first upgrade, I think. Yes, we are a village. So if we look at our research menu, you start as a dwelling. And you become a hamlet. And oh, so we've actually passed 2. Although in tourism, I think you might start immediately as a hamlet. I'm not entirely sure, actually. But we've had 1 upgrade, basically. 1 upgrade. Also, let me double check, because I fixed the Twitch connection before we started stream. But then when I close my game, it unauthorizes again. So I had to reconnect. But I just did that. It should say it very soon. Yeah, now it should work. But not... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking they probably... Like, I just was thinking they butchered a French word. But apparently they butchered an English word. Also, let me double check. I think that... Yeah, there is music. So usually it takes a little bit for the music to actually start playing in this game. But this is our tourism town. So we have 1 hotel here so far, which is located over here. And this hotel has 2 different routes assigned to it. The idea of the hotels, it was actually added in a recent update, is that you can assign tourism routes where you can actually set up specific stops. It has to be a certain length. And then with that, you can actually make sure that the visitors of your town are happy. To make sure that everyone who visits this town has shops to go to and things to do, we actually have people that live here. And as you can see, this town is not very big. We literally added this addition back here where we actually have quite some space. We added that on the stream that we did last time all the way at the end. So I very much need to decorate here. Because right now it's looking a little sad. One of my favorite spots that we made last time is this over here. We have a nice little seating area, almost like a little beach that has a beautiful view over this cliff here. Hello. Which is obviously a very nice spot. And one of the things that we are trying to achieve here is I want to unlock as many things in the tourism menu. We unlock this by tourism points, which basically just means that we have to make sure that people want to visit our town. And we are currently in tier 2, so that means that we have 1 tier after this. But to unlock that, we need 800 points, which is obviously quite a lot. So yeah, we're just going to continue playing with this town. We're just going to continue to move people in. Oh, no available houses. Wait, all of these are full? Oh, crap. And they're also not connected to... anything, so we should probably fix that. Let me actually get some entertainment first. Oh, we could get a pub. Hold on, I have an idea. Can I fit that back here? Probably not. Okay, but what if I... Why can I... Invalid location. Why can I not place it here? Okay. Well, can I place it here then? No. I'm doing good, Sally. How are you? Also, Snowman, thank you so much for stopping by. And also, she watches Switch. Welcome in. Okay, but we definitely need entertainment over here, though. So, unfortunately, we can't use the pub for it. So, we're going to have to use the kiosk theater. Which is also, like, that's fine. That works. But then I'm just going to have to figure out how I'm going to connect that. Like, where I'm going to place it over here. Maybe we can just place it over here, honestly. Because then I think it influences... Does it have enough reach to reach all the way over here? Let's see. We're going to have to assign someone and then see if that will resolve our issue here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now they're all happy because they're connected to everything they need. And then I realized, initially I was going to give these houses like big backyards. But I actually think it might be kind of nice to... We can still... Maybe... Oh, that's invalid. Okay, can I... We can go like this, maybe. And then add a path in between. We can still do a little backyard here, but I don't know. I feel like I need to utilize the space that I have. So this is not a super large town. And I also feel like it kind of makes sense to have these sort of little back streets instead of really big backyards for the layout that I'm going for this town. Like, it is supposed to look a little bit Mediterranean, which, generally speaking, Mediterranean homes are kind of cramped. Also, hi, Emily. Hello, hello. You know what I realized way too late? That you can disable collisions with decoration. Literal game changer. Wait, what do you mean? As in, isn't that disabled by default? Or you mean the other way around? That you can, like, enable it so it's allowed? Oh, damn, Chris. Let's go. Also, Kane, thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate it. I'll just go like this so they can walk in between as well. I think that might be cool. Also, I am slightly obsessed with the palm trees, but I genuinely don't care. I am going to continue using them as if my life depends on it. I also think I might actually want to change some of these houses to be 2 stories. Maybe not all of them. Really? Thank you so much for watching them. I appreciate that. I mean, we record them here on stream, so now you're just watching it live. That is actually kind of cool. Okay, hold on. Let's start with the lighting. In that little white box that shows up, you see if it's enabled. I think the keybind is I. Yeah, disable. For me, it's already disabled. No, wait. Wait, no, it is enabled. But now, wait, I feel like, oh, if you tick the box, you disable it. Okay, so do you prefer to have it disabled or enabled? How does the switch? So basically you just type in chat, which you've already done, and then you automatically get added to the town. So, you should now be living in this town. You can actually check your family by doing !family. And yeah. You can check !happiness to see how happy you are. Thank you, Esther, for putting that in chat. Those are all the commands if you want to use them. Okay. Let's actually add some flower boxes because that always looks really cute. Again, spamming the palm trees. I forgot I was a cat. You are. You are a cat. Hold on. Let's go for this because I have a feeling I have something in mind. This is actually perfect for here on the side. Same with the clock. I don't know. That just looks really cute, I think. We can also have one of the cellars here. Like, I feel like that street definitely is calling for more decoration on the side of the building, I think. That's the one thing. I tend to forget where everything is. I feel like here we can have some benches. And we can have a flag. I think that's also cute. I also love adding these to the sides of the houses. Especially, like, I already love this, but I love it even more in this town because I feel like it looks so vacation vibes to have this on the side of your buildings. Especially with, like, all the different colors. What a fancy cat name you have. You definitely have a very fancy cat name. And I love it. Also, thank you for the self-care check. Let me take a sip of my lemonade. I'll just put some flowers there. Unshrimp yourself. That is actually a good shout. That is a very good shout. I wanted to get this one. And, like, place some plants here. And we have this little weird area in between here. I feel like that might actually be a nice spot for... Since when did I have bamboo? I didn't even realize that. We can have like another little reading spot. I think it's cute. And then let's use the terrain paint with some sand. Like so. And then we definitely need some trees back here to kind of hide that lining, because right now that looks a little bit weird. Then maybe we can add some flowers. Okay, I like the fact that you can the collision thing. Good shout for mentioning that, Jess, because it's so nice with the flowers. Let's freaking go. Thank you so much for the freaking 27-month resub. That is very, very long. Holy shit. And also on tier 2. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month more. Maybe we can add a bell here. I don't know why we would add that, but it looks kind of cute. I also feel like the poster could be nice here. Yeah, I like this. I like this cozy street. I think it looks good. I think we might... What kind of lighting have I used in other places? I've used this one a lot. I think we could do with some extra street lanterns here. Like, not too many, but just sprinkle them across the place a little bit. Like, I think having one there would make sense. Having one there. Maybe here on the corner. Yeah, that's looking very cozy. I love it. You're a parent to the first gardener. Let's go. And then I have an idea. And this might be... It might take just a little bit to actually make it happen. But how about... Because I really love what we've done here with the flower beds. So I might just, like, add that in between here. To also have that just, like, next to the houses. And have that sort of feature of a big flower bed just repeat. Especially now that I've turned off the collision thing. I can just spam the flowers without it being, like, super annoying. And I just really love these big flower patches. I think it looks super cute. Oh, okay. So there is a you can have them collide, but still you need to take the terrain into account a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, I think this is going to look really cute to have this in certain places. Again, we shouldn't start, like, spamming these bigger flower beds because I think that would also look weird, but I think this looks really cute. I actually just got a Steam achievement. Hold on. I want to see my Steam achievement. It's beautiful. Reach 500 decoration points on a single house. Because I made a flower bed with, like, right next to a house. Only 11.8% of players got that achievement. I actually have 25 of 38 achievements at this point. It might be nice for this playthrough to actually try and get all the Steam achievements as well. So not just play through the full campaign, but also see if we can get the Steam achievements. I think that would be fun. You see, yeah, you see the chats in game. If you guys talk, you can actually see it in game. Okay, hold on. Let me move this family in. Move this family in. I think, hold on. Where are my flower bushes? Because having that here, maybe at the end of the... Oh, it's that cliff that's being a pain. Hold on. That actually makes sense, but... We're gonna mark the end of the street with the flower bushes. And do that here as well. I think that looks really cute. Wait, you saw yourself? I know. The pixelated style is so pretty. I really, really, really like how this game looks. Like, I keep saying that, but it is just so true. I really, truly love how this game looks. Nah, there's a doggo here. Someone is walking their dog and they took them to the pagoda thing. That's actually really cute. Okay, so we have this family. There we go. Hello? Did I? Oh, I did not just... There we go. We can actually research something again. Ooh, the construction decorations. This is the new update. I'm very excited about that. Hold on, because that's new decor. I wanna quickly check that. Just on like a random spot here. Also, this is one of the spots that I think would be really cool to make something very special. I don't exactly know what yet, but I think we can make something cool there. Let's see. It's not here. Bridges, farm. We still haven't unlocked everything. Oh, there's some things in here. We have an axe, a saw, and a workbench. Hold on. Interesting. Saw and a workbench with those two on top of it. I know there is some more things. Yeah, we have... Oh my goodness. We have a brick pile, a dirt pile, a half-built townhouse, a log pile, a roadblock. Wait, that roadblock is really fun. That is fun to add into cities and stuff. I think that's gonna really bring the place to life. We have a tip cart. We have a sand pile. Different types of sand piles. We have a we have trash cans. Sorry. I do not know what just happened. I just got really excited for bins. But listen, I've actually been wanting this for every single time I'm playing. I'm like, oh, it would make so much sense to have a bin on the market. And then there's no bin. We got a bin. Well, we now have them, Jess. We have trash cans. This is not a drill. We also have a woodcutter station. Those are actually really cool. And I think that's it from this category, right? We do have some unlockables, though. I don't know if there's any, like, unlockables that are specific to the construction update. Oh, yeah. We have this one still. The crane is... And it moves! Wait, that's actually really cool. That is such a nice feature to the town. Right? Love it when cities have lots of bins. Then it stays neat and clean. But that crate is really cool. Okay, I don't exactly know what I want to do with this right now. Like, I don't necessarily have anything in particular that I want to build right now, but I think this roadblock is actually really funny to add somewhere. I want to... Hold on, I have a plan. What if we add that right here? And then we actually get that sand pile. Like, we pretend like something, I don't know, fell down there or I don't know. They need to do some cleaning up back here, and that's why they've sort of closed off the road for now. It's so silly, but I love it. It's such a small detail, but, like, it's so realistic. Very nice update. And again, this is so shortly after they released the full update. Like, they've actually... Like, the full game only came out really recently. You know what? I might actually just use this little spot here to sort of make it a little workstation setup. Just because it's very realistic that there's going to be some spot in town where you have something like this. Right? Like, we can have a cart. Maybe someone that is working here actually has this as their little... Maybe this is just the work that they do. Let's see. What? Stone. Yeah, we can add some stone here. They just have, like, a little workshop next to their house. I do think it might be nice to add some extra lighting here then, so it's not too dark. And then I also might want to add some flowers here, so it's like a cutesy little corner. I like this. I'm happy. And then I do think it would be cool to, like, have some construction going on somewhere. Where am I going to move you guys in? That's plus 20, so you can go live there. You can actually go live there. That's perfect. We need more people working here. We're already getting to a point where I'm going to have to add houses yet again. It is actually ridiculous how fast that goes. Like, this town, every single time, it's filling up very, very fast. Okay, just because I really like the vibe of it, and I don't think I necessarily want to add anything here right now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little construction area here with, like, the wooden logs. Hold on. I think I better switch that around. Like, they are building something here. Hold on. That should probably be turned around then, so it actually grabs from the log pile. I don't know what they're building exactly, but they're building something. Okay, fine. I'll buy town to city. Listen, it is a really good game. I genuinely, truly love it. And I know I've said that so many times at this point, but I really do. Okay, I do feel like we should probably have more fencing around this cliff. Because, yeah. I know that in this game, your town folk cannot walk off of it, but I do not trust them. I think maybe we can actually sort of make this look a little bit more rundown. As if they're like, maybe they're not building something. Maybe they're fixing something. And then, you know how sometimes there's like, you know, you have a pagoda that's not specifically a pagoda, but like you have like a functioning building that's in the middle of a construction site. That just looks silly. Add a tree back here. Yeah, that's actually kind of nice. I know, it's just giving a little bit, because especially because that crane is moving, it just gives a little bit of life to the area. Like instant. Oh. Did you leave a voicemail? Or are you just gonna call her at another time? Okay, I think we might have to add more houses. The question is, where am I gonna continue? I might first continue over here, actually. I think I might have to change my brush size to 4.5. Yeah, that feels more correct. I don't know if I'm gonna regret this or not, but right now I think it might look cute. If we sort of... go like this. Like sort of in a circle. And then on this corner over here, we could do like a little playground or something. Like, I know we have that back here. And that looks really cute. So I think it might be nice to... You know what could be fun? Hold on. What if we go in here and we get the soft dirt and we just go like this? And we can get another tree, maybe, to go here. And maybe we can get another tree to go here. And then that can all be playground. Like sort of around that house. Because we have quite a lot of playground decorations at this point. That I think we could space it out a little bit more. We can have a swing set. And then we can have another swing set right next to it. And then where is this one? We can have this be right here. Can have maybe even a little fountain. That's actually really cute. Is anyone else getting lag? Oh, that's a good question. I'm not seeing any dropped frames, but you could still be getting lag. I do feel like the game runs really smooth on my new PC, by the way. I haven't had any issues with decoration. Which is definitely a first. Because the last couple of times I was playing, it was a little rough. Which I think also has to do a lot with the changes I made to my OBS setup. I feel like that was definitely for the better. And I think that was smart. Because I think yesterday also Minecraft ran smoother. Like we didn't have any encoding issues upon startup. Which I feel like is... Yeah. Definitely an upgrade from what it was like before. Stop. You can hang the chairs on the side of the building? It was much better. Let's go, Porp. Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, it is such an easy, like, quote-unquote mistake. It's not even really a mistake. But, like, such an easy thing to do. Because I think by default, OBS is set to CPU encoding. And I don't know why. Because most people that will be using OBS probably have a just fine GPU. Baffled when you found that out. Yeah, same. Like, what do you mean? It's very convenient, though. I like it. Also, I feel like I'm finally using the terrain paint properly. Oh. Not me still messing that up. Wait, what did I use? Oh, I used this. I haven't used the terrain paint at all so far. Keep just kind of forgetting that we can use it. Let's put another statue. Maybe a little fence here. Is that the no, I used this fence. I think. Did I use this fence? I definitely didn't. Wait. Why does Control Z not actually delete the fence? It did get rid of my train tool or train paint, but it didn't actually delete the fence. That was weird. I just want to make like a little square by the water. I know, Jess. It's such a like a small detail, but it makes such a big difference that you can use items in so many different ways. Like it is very, very appreciated. Okay, we definitely need some more lights back here because it is a tad dark. I think this might be a great place for some benches. And you know what this is a great place for? Bins. I know that feels so silly, but it actually makes me so happy. Wait, hold on. This is actually perfect. This statue can go here in the corner. I want to use this item here. That's so cozy. This gameplay is making me appreciate the lack of grid snapping because I used to need grid snapping. I know. I very much had the same. I feel like Town to City is very much pushing me out of my comfort zone in the sense that I am actively trying not to do very heavily gridded cities. I definitely noticed that as soon as my cities start growing, I try to do bigger grids still because it's just more efficient for like scaling up. But I also really enjoy having sort of like the weird shapes and the weird layouts and the roads being like slightly awkwardly curved and stuff because I think it adds a lot of personality to the town. And I very much enjoy it. I like it a lot to sort of exactly, it enhances the creative freedom. It challenges me to like use all the little weird spots and things. I don't know. It's making me want to decorate. Whereas I have like on my private playthrough, I noticed that I was building a little bit more on the grid, and I was definitely less inspired to actually get creative with like my decoration and stuff because I know it just felt there was one less space for it. There were like less awkward corners to fill. But also I just felt less motivated. Whereas with this, I can actively like see it get really cute if I decorate. Yeah, it's a town full of whimsy. Exactly. I think we can actually maybe add some more benches here. Just on the other side of the square. Let's see. Another bin. And then I think we definitely could do with some greenery here as well. Oh, maybe on the side of the building is actually kind of cute. And then let's do some sunflowers because we can. That is looking so... Wait, people actually come here to warm their Snowbun. You're supposed to warm your hands, not your head. You just walked straight through the fire. Boy, I didn't actually realize people would like actually come here to warm their hands. That is so cute. That is such a cute animation. Oh, again, love this game. So many like small details, small surprises that even after so many play hours, still keep me, I don't know, engaged. Let's actually move these people in. And these people want to have a pet, which they currently don't have, but we do have Zachary, a cat, available. So let's actually move. And let's also adopt wait, which one did we just get? We just got this goose called Fairman. No, not goose. This cat called Fairman. I also want to get the goose though. Okay. I do like this. Where is my mouse? Oh, there. Okay, this is the closest house. Is there anyone living here? From Koki! Koki and Teddy and Momomokas just got a cat called Furman. That's cute. Which is even better because I think Teddy actually works at the shelter. Oh no, Teddy is an unemployed child just hanging out at the shelter. Which explains why Teddy just got a pet. Okay, I want to get the goose Florian as well. Hold on. I'm all the way over here. Okay, well then that's the closest house. Let's see who just got a goose. Roland, 16, and Renee. Okay, that's no one from chat. So those are still people that are unassigned. So new people joining chat can actually potentially get assigned a house with a goose called Florian. Also, I don't have the right people to employ here, right? No, I don't have. The city is not the right tier yet. You can move in here though, and also I might actually upgrade some of the houses here to also be a bit higher, so we have a little bit more space. So that we can move some more people in. There we go. And we actually need more people working in our winery. But yeah, we cannot actually use our dressmaker yet. We have the right supplies, but we don't have the right working class available just yet. So that building is just going to be unused for now. I just felt like the building looked really pretty here, so I already placed it. What is happening with your happiness? Probably other people moving into town. So that you have like more neighbors. You have to share resources, which usually gets the happiness down a little bit. The one thing that is not great is I could do better with work decoration, and there's not that much leisure in town, which I think we could also fix. Hold on. I'm going to do a couple of things. We're going to place this one here, which is actually a perfect spot for it. And I think probably placing a pub somewhere is going to be really nice as well. I'm just going to have to decide whether I'm going to place the pub on this side somewhere. I might place the pub here at the cliffside. Can I place it? I really want to place it here. Okay, hold on. That's actually kind of a dope place. We're gonna have to take our road like this then. But I think that still works. Can I remove this to make that corner a little smoother? Because that was not looking too great. I mean, it's still not perfect, but it works. We can decorate a little bit. Add some palm trees. Palm trees are my solution for everything these days. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I just love them. They just add such a cute tropical vibe to the town. Ooh, these people want to live close to a lot of flowers. Hold on. I feel like I could maybe move this family. Because they want a pet, but we can just move the pet with them, right? They can just move here. And then this family that wants to live close to flowers can live here. This family doesn't really care, so they can move here. And then we have a family that wants a duck. Dang it. I should have kept the duck in the shelter until this family arrived. I also, again, am out of living space. I guess in this case, we're lucky because I can just add a whole bunch of houses back here again. And I mean, technically, I can also start adding triple layered houses if I wanted to. Is still very much an option. I just haven't really done it yet. You know what? I have an idea. You know what could be really cute? If instead of having that road here, I move over this house just a little bit. And I add another house in between here. And instead of continuing the road there, we continue the road here. I think that might make for an interesting layout. Like, I don't exactly know how I'm gonna continue just yet, but I feel like that might be a little bit more interesting than trying to continue here. Okay, let's immediately upgrade some of these houses to be a bit taller and have more floors. Okay, something that I definitely have to do is decorate some of these houses. Because I've just been plopping them down. And that means that eventually over time, people are going to not be so happy with what I've done. And I usually, if I just stay focused on adding decorations as I'm going, it tends to be just fine. So we've added lights everywhere. Let's make sure that we have some cute awnings here too. Again, absolutely love these. I think they look really cute on these houses. And then we're also going to add a bunch of plants and flowers. Oh, I skipped this house entirely with the lights I see. Yeah. And then we're also going to have to do decoration in between the houses and stuff. And like around the sides here and things. We are definitely not done. But I think this is a good start. I definitely want to add one of these here. I feel like the fountains on the side of the building is very much giving Mediterranean. And I like it. We can also have some, like a ladder here. I think that could be cute. And we can have a bell on above this one for no specific reason other than that it looks cool. We can have some sunflowers. Where do I add those? We can also just add them in front of the house, of course. That's also kind of cute. Didn't think about that just yet. Okay, I shouldn't add just sunflowers everywhere. Let's also get some regular flowers. I do like all the flowery buildings, though. It makes me really happy to see. Looks so cozy. Okay, those are all decorated. Then we have this side. That would be so in your way if you're trying to get up those stairs. Ooh, thank you for the reminder. We do have a break coming in. Or like we have ads coming in, so to say, in 5 minutes. So then I'm going to take a quick little breaky. Oh my goodness, they all want pets. Oh, but we have pets. We just don't have a goose. But these two people won't have any pets. We have a cat and 2 dogs, so we can definitely move them in. And then just give both of them pets, I think. We can get Loic and assign Loic right here. And then we can get Raoul. We can assign Raoul right here. And then we have Eric Antoine left. Am I being a good citizen? Okay, we have 95% happiness. We still gotta work on our leisure. Oh, I can add the pub, but also I have enough items for production for the pub. However, we can still, in fact, not... Oh, and it's also not connected. Hold on. But we can also not actually have the pub. Or can we? Oh, no, we can. We can. We have the right workers. For a second, I was like, we don't have enough or the right class yet. Dina, you live right next to the pub. Okay, this family wants to live. You can live there. That's perfect. They want to have a dog. Did we still have a dog in the shelter? We do. Perfect. You can go live here, and then we can give you a dog. Perfect. Now they're very happy. And now I just need to wait for a goose to come available at the animal shelter. But yeah, the people in chat are still the citizens. Also, do we have... Oh, we're getting closer to being able to unlock tier 3. So that is good. Okay, I think we probably should take a break because the ads are going to run in like 2.5 minutes. And I'm a little bit chilly, so I think I'm going to quickly grab myself a cardigan. And I also have to pee really badly because I've been drinking a lot today, which is good. That's healthy, but now I constantly have to pee. So I think I'm going to quickly do that over break, and then I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Make sure to also use this time to stretch and hydrate and get yourself a snack. And then we're going to come back and we're going to continue building this town. We're going to continue decorating and, you know, building it out. Hopefully we'll get a pet goose available in the shelter soon. Thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy your breaky. Hello, I'm back. I got a little distracted with cat cuddles. Oopsie. Sis is on the chair. Hold on. Look at her. Just being an absolutely precious little kitty. Thank you so much. Thank you for the wow. And for the biddies, I appreciate it. But she's being so cute. And then she was purring and I was like, I have to cuddle you. I have to cuddle you. So I was a little distracted. But I got myself a nice cozy cardigan. It's definitely that weird weather where like during the day, it's like warm enough to just be in a t-shirt. It's definitely not super warm anymore. And my system is very confused with like where we're at. I don't know what it is, but hold on. How many? 180. Okay, we're actually really close. Okay, so we gotta move some people in, and then very soon we can upgrade to the next city status, which means that we should hopefully be able to actually employ people here. Yeah, sitting in shorts and a hoodie. It's like a weird combo. Also, thank you for the self-care check. Let me take a sip. This is a good reminder for everyone. Make sure to take a sip. You can go live there. There we go. Wait. Oh, yeah. I was like, this is red, but that's just because we have enough tomatoes. Weather's unpredictable. I mean, it has been unpredictable, but also it's been like really warm. We've had a very intense heat wave for quite a while now. And in the past week, it finally cooled down, which has been really nice. Like, definitely needed. But also, I noticed that my body is just like, it doesn't understand how to regulate temperature anymore. It already doesn't know how to do that properly because, you know, chronically ill. But I feel like the switch in weather made it even worse. It's just extra confused. Okay. 13 hours until new arrivals. Okay, so we have to wait even longer. Okay, so what I'll just do is I'll just speed up the time a little bit. And now we have autosave in The Sims. I know, I saw. I'm very aware that it's going to break my mods. I'm not excited for that because at this point, I have literally been updating my game every single week I need to record. Or putting it in offline mode. Which has been low-key a little annoying. With multiple floors... Well, can I just upgrade that one even more? And then move them in? See, now they're 20% happy. Right, Dina? Exactly. Exactly. Last night, I swear, EA does this with every update, yeah. They have been, like, super consistently releasing updates, which I think, like, none of us are used to. And I'm wearing long pants. Yep. Mods were all fine in CC. I just took them out via mod manager and then updated the game and replaced mods. My game is fine. But are you playing with mods now, Ruby? Also, we can upgrade. You guys, should we upgrade? Let's do it. Yes? Okay, perfect. That's awesome. Yay! I've seen that they released that kit, but to be fair, I'm not engaging with any new content from EA anyway, so... Even if they had made a band pack, I wouldn't have gotten it. So at this point, I don't know. I don't care too much. Housewares need to be unlocked. Okay, but we actually unlocked the next group of people, I think. Yeah, we can actually upgrade some houses now if we wanted to. But we have to keep in mind that the next class requires luxury. Which means that if we do this... Can you see how many luxury points a place has? Or no, they don't need luxury. They just need housewares as an additional need. The luxury is for the class after this. I made a mistake. Okay, but then the question is, am I gonna upgrade houses in the town center where actually adding... I mean... Trying to figure out how I want to go about this, because realistically speaking, if we want to add anything from housewares, a clockmaker, small workforce, and low production capacity, low range and high production capacity. I would like something with high range, but we don't really have that. That is unfortunate. But I'm thinking... like, clock tower? Maybe over here? Because that also kind of looks cool next to the hotel. And we just need to make a path that goes in between here, but I think we can do that. Let's get the sand. Let's make it a little bit smaller. I know, Mim, but I hate upgrading roads in this game. I know that I can technically increase the reach by upgrading roads, but you know why I hate it? Because upgrading roads changes how they look. And I don't like the look of upgraded roads. So I've done it in other towns where I had to, but I love the sand roads in this town. Like, it's giving such good beach vibes. I just ignore the ugliness. I don't think I can. I love it too much to kind of like see. I don't know. I love the look and feel of my city too much. Okay, hold on. I don't want to increase size. Hello? I want to increase... Those are so fancy! Hold on. Okay, we need more workers everywhere now. But I can, in fact, assign the workers to the clock tower. I also... Hold on. I'm just gonna add this, and then... go like so. Because that looks really cute. Look at how pretty those houses are when they're upgraded. Wait, does it delete the decoration if they upgrade? I think it does. Has it always done that? Because that sucks. More palm trees is always the answer. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing with me on that. Because that's just simply the truth. It shouldn't. Unless these houses didn't have any decoration, I'm pretty sure they had. I am pretty sure they actually had flowers and stuff. Well, I'll keep an eye out on this. Okay, I think I'm also gonna update the occasional house throughout the town to be 3-story buildings. Just because I also kind of like how it looks when we have the different heights in houses. I think it looks kind of cool to have like taller and shorter houses. And that gives us extra space to work with without needing to immediately build a lot of new houses. I think that might actually be kind of nice. Okay, you can go live over here then too. Someone should work here. No workers available. Okay, so we don't have any workers available just yet. So we need to have more houses upgraded. Which I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upgrade this to be 2 stories and that one too. So that the houses that are upgraded to be more luxurious actually... There we go. Okay, we have plenty of workforce available here, so that's good. Like, we can move around, but then we can actually add workers here. Okay, I need more. That looks cool, though. I like it. There we go. Yeah. We still have a pretty good balance. Like, we have enough workers everywhere. So that is good. We're now to 48. 99 and 100% happiness. No, because there are no seasons, Lena. There's seasonal decor, but there aren't any seasons. So there's never any snow unless you make... If you want, you can go into creative and you can design snow. I could technically make a snowy area here. Like a little winter wonderland. No, this is just the default name of the town. I only renamed my default town to Sunset Valley, but this is just the default name. Hold on. Can I move one of my families from here to here? Because they don't really care. And then this family can live here next to the entertainment. Upgrade a house here. I keep pressing escape just to get out of the menu that I'm in, and then I keep going into the save menu. I just Googled, and Google said yes. Well, see, this is why we don't use AI. Because probably what the AI looked up is that there's seasonal decoration. People talking about the seasonal decoration, but there are no seasons in the game. Oh no. Oh no, fella. I'm sorry to hear that you lost your streak. Do we have geese? Still don't have any geese. But I need to actually rescue these two. I'm just gonna assign it. Okay. Who's gonna get Matthias, the orange cat? Oh, I was on top of a house. Esther, Thomas, Terrible Sound, Jada, and Tessa. You guys now have an orange cat named Matthias. Enjoy. Enjoy. Okay, next one. We have to... Who's gonna get Tristan the cat? Marion, Violet, and Robert. I think those are just game defaults. Does anyone know how to turn off the AI summary in Opera browser? Like, when you Google something, you can't. Because it's not Opera. It's Google. Google changed their entire search engine to be AI-based. Which is why a lot of people switch to Ecosia or DuckDuckGo. So yeah, it's not an Opera thing. It's a Google thing. And yes, a lot of people are pissed about it and annoyed with it. But, okay. Also, I assign their pets random. I don't, pick people. Because then I have to go find where you live. Oh, Innkeeper got a cat. Let's go. But yeah. Unfortunately, Google just made some poor decisions recently. Okay, you can go live here. We still have to wait until we can get a goose. For that family. I'm basically just having them wait the entire time. Oh, we ran out of people again. all of these houses are already upgraded to be taller. See? All the decoration disappeared. Weird. I did not mean to... Can I... Oh. Okay, so we're just gonna redecorate then, I guess. That is slightly... I think that might be a bug. That my decoration disappears if I upgrade a house. I don't think that's supposed to happen then, but it is slightly annoying. I'm at peace in life without the... Yeah, no, that is so fair. That is so fair. Because it's actually... Hello? I couldn't place that. That was weird. It's really annoying. Because just like an AI service, you know, that the one that I was talking to from YouTube, generally speaking, they're not very good at their job. So they just give you wrong information. And it's hella annoying. I don't know. I'm just sad that we live in a day and age where this is like the standard, apparently. Where you just have to continuously find other tools to use because the ones that you're using keep getting infected. Okay, let's actually double test it with this house. We're gonna upgrade it. Yeah, it deleted all of the decoration. Okay, that's really good to keep in mind, though. That just means that we have to keep an eye out whenever... I also have a feeling like placing decorations with the Twitch names in chat sometimes is a bit challenging. Because I keep clicking on the decoration, or on the names, instead of on the building itself. Oh, but you guys are really happy, though, so that is good. I'll just make sure to decorate your house again. Don't worry. This is a house with a lot of people from chat in it. So I gotta make sure that I treat you guys well. I love to do the posters. I think the poster is really fun. Let's see. We can do plant. There we go. I know, Lena. I know. Yeah, they confidently give the wrong info. Just like yesterday. I mean, I told you guys, right? When I was trying to talk to that stupid AI thing on the YouTube support, I was like, "You're not human," and I was like, "No, I am." And there were so many telltales that it was not, in fact, a human that I was talking to. Like, it was so freaking obvious that it was not a human. And they were like, "No, but I am." I was like, I have no words for this. Okay, do we already have... We still don't have goose. Oh my goodness. I really fucked up earlier when I added that goose. Okay, let's... We're just gonna have lots of pets in this town. Now it is Carolina, Lani, and Rose. You guys have a cat. Or dog, sorry, named Evariste. Okay, now we're gonna have a cat named Ghislaine. Oh. Did I not assign? There we go. This is Arthur and Julie. Okay, that's two randos. And then we have Jean-Baptiste, another dog. This is... Oh, Super Sweet Bot! Super Sweet Bot now has a dog. And Micah and Philippa and Anna now have a dog named Jean-Baptiste. That's actually really funny. I love that. Oh my god, we can upgrade again. All of a sudden it went really fast. Let's freaking go. Yay! We're now a small town. Yeah, Super Sweet Bot's in the game. See, now that the station is upgraded, this flower bed in front of it is looking really nice. I really love it. That's cute. Yay, we now got public services and our research menu expanded. Although, to be fair, I am pretty sure that we have like already unlocked everything because we researched all of this when we were building our main city. However, we can in fact unlock the tier 3 of the tourism. So let's go. Unlocked new research tier 3 and new researchable items available. Tourism point cap increased to 1200. We can actually do the global tourism, which if we unlock that, we can actually add hotels to every single world. And also we unlock we can start researching the Grand Hotel. All hotels seasonal bundle. Unlocks the following route themes: Autumn Adventure, Spooky Stroll, Zen Garden, Summer Smiles, and Winter Wonderland. And House Style Exchange allows you to use the Bellevaux house style in Rocemarée and Rocemarée houses anywhere. I love that. Because these houses, I think, would be super fun to also use on, like, beachfronts in other towns. Thank you so much. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate it. I mean, I already have a hotel. Look. I mean, it might only be an inn, but can we upgrade this? I don't think so, no. But we already have a hotel. We could actually build another hotel somewhere because I think I've unlocked the bigger yeah, hotels. We also have the boutique hotel already. That's the one that we still need to unlock. I think it could be fun to add the boutique hotel somewhere soon and like start working on that as well. Okay, but we're still waiting on 13 hours again. Okay. You can go live there. How much of this game do you have left to complete? I don't exactly know. We can check. Hold on. If I save the game and I save it here, it's gonna tell me. We have 53% completed of this campaign. The main reason for that is because I haven't actually been completing a lot of the mayor quests, and the mayor quests do take up quite a lot of the percentage in terms of completion. In terms of actually unlocking everything, for the research menu, there is still one locked thing, which I actually don't know if it's already part of the game or if it's something they're still working on, because I remember tourism being locked for the longest of time, not because I hadn't unlocked it, but simply it wasn't in the game yet. I think this one, you might unlock it once you've unlocked everything. Like on the farm tier, I have everything unlocked. On the city tier, I have everything unlocked. This is currently closed, but that's because we don't have those statuses yet. But if I go to my main city, I actually have everything. I think this is something that will be added into the game into the future, unless it is something that you unlock once you've unlocked all of the research menus. But in that sense, I have done all of those like things to do in the game. So then basically what we need to do is we just need to work on all the mayor quests, which I think that I actually don't know if the mayor quests are different per city, because in my main city, I've done a couple, but in my other two cities, I've done actually 0 because I haven't even added the mayor house. For the main reason that I kind of want to just focus on the campaign first, but I think that might be one of the things where I'm going to continue. Also, sound alerts got added because that is one of the bots that I also didn't tell it to ignore. Sound alerts is a tailor who is married. That is actually kind of funny. Okay, you can go live here. Honestly, that's not ideal. It's you don't live super close to food, but it's fine. Right? Everyone deserves love. 2 buried sofas? That actually never happens. You are so lucky. I think I might just build some more houses. And I might just go like this. And sort of start working my way around this lake a little bit. Because I think it would be really nice if these houses actually have like a space to sit around the lake. We do need a road though. And this road is 4.5. There we go. Hold on. Because I'm not doing this correctly. Yeah, that should work. Okay. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna increase all of these to the... Oh, I ran out of money. Oops. And it's like Minecraft meets City Skylines. I know, right? I know. I'm glad you love it. I'm glad you love it. That is always good to hear. Okay, we definitely need to work on decorating this part of the town, though, because it looks a little sad. But at least we can move some people in. Do we have any goose already? No. 2 hours. Dang it. Also, thank you, Charlotte. I appreciate it. I do really love this town as well. Okay, do we have any goose? We have Rodolphe. Perfect. Okay, so this family is going to move in here. And then I can't believe how much effort I put into actually getting that goose for this household. My goodness. They were waiting for a long time to move in. You can go live here. Okay, we can... Didn't I just move you in? Okay, some of these houses actually don't have access to food and stuff. So we need to build. We need to get stuff done. I was really hoping... Okay, well, I guess we're gonna... Can I just not have it snap? Because I would rather have this placed like this. So then we can have a butcher and a bistro, which I feel like is kind of perfect on these corners. Hi, Savannah. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Okay. Ooh. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay. Everything in the city requires more workers now. But that is okay because we have a lot of workers available. For once, I actually am not running into the issue of workforce. Which I think this is something that someone told me with my playthrough on YouTube. They were like, in my original cities, I rely a lot on these market stalls. Like, I kind of add them around town everywhere. Whereas with this one, I immediately added a winery as one of the main sources for food. Then we have the pub. And back here, I now added the bistro. And in total, like, this is still a lot of people that have to work at the bistro, but it's so much less in comparison to how much space it covers. Like, all of these people are covered by the bistro. All of these people are covered by the butcher. If we add people here, if we had a market stall, that would be a way smaller group of people that would be covered, and it would need a lot more like manpower. So it's been really interesting to sort of work from a different perspective and like try to be more efficient. Because also we're still working with only one warehouse in the city. But because it doesn't need to serve as a million market stalls, it's actually going a lot better. I am jeopardizing the happiness of some of these people because they don't... Well, they're actually not doing bad because they don't actually need housewares or public services. I think these people might need public services. They don't, though. And they have so many luxury points. Holy shit. If we ever need to upgrade houses, it's going to be these ones. They have 28 out of 12 luxury points. Holy crap. Those houses are doing very well. But yeah, we're going to have to decorate all of these and stuff, but I just need to wait for a little bit more money to come in because I might have been overspending a little bit again. Yeah, housewares is not covered super well. If I look at them, it's only 6%. And public services is 0. Which we can definitely increase. Like, we can do better, I think. But yeah, I just wanted to add, like, a big addition over here. So that we would have some more space to move a lot of people in. And we need... Hold on, it showed us. 41 out of 80 artisans. Okay, so we definitely need a whole bunch more artisans. Which I think means that we're just gonna... We can maybe upgrade. Hold on. All of the houses on this block. Because we have enough of the other class to basically fill up the work at this point. So as soon as we upgrade class, obviously we need a lot more workers. There we go. Yeah, so now we have 62 out of 80. We basically upgraded an entire block. Which is good. I guess we could upgrade these 2 houses as well. So that that entire street is upgraded. And then we have a family that wants an artisan residence. Which... Oh, I need to wait. Now I can upgrade. And now I can actually move them in. There we go. And then they can go live over here. I love how somehow at this point I am still actually... Like, my biggest issue is the fact that I don't have enough money. Wait, I am realizing now that this family does not have enough luxury points, in fact. What can we add that will give them luxury points? That is a small addition. The kiosk adds 1. Although they also don't have food. They do have enough access to leisure. That is unfortunate because this house is also, it's already in a bit of a crammed neighborhood. I could technically move this house, I guess, to be a little bit over here so we have a little bit more space here to work with. Do they not add any? I was about to say, those add luxury points as well, right? I can't build this because it's too expensive right now. But we don't have this in the city. Ooh, that would actually be kind of cool if we have that there. Hold on. I am going to see if I can squish that in there. Is there any way? Okay, I don't have the money, but we can build it here. We just have to wait until I'm rich enough. Because I think actually adding that over there and then having that, like, a patisserie on that side of town is kind of convenient because that will help with luxury points for all the other houses as well. And this one, I think, gives 4 luxury points. And it adds to the food category, which is also something that that household is missing. And I think it looks actually quite cute to have this over here, but I'm just waiting to have enough money. Your sim is currently making herself at home in Best Sterling's house because no one is home. Lol. So random. Okay, probably I should fast forward the game a little bit, huh? Because this is taking forever. I mean, this building is also hella expensive. 2.5k. I do get like almost 5k a day though, so I think we're fine. I don't have to be too worried about it. And then we are getting super close to being able to update our town yet again. I'm actually speedrunning this shit. Holy damn. Okay, getting there. Getting there. So close. Damn. Need to add a pass as well. Voila. Absolutely marvelous. Looks great here. And then we just add people to work here. Oh, I need pumpkins. Okay. Hold on. I need pumpkins for that building, which means that we actually have to go to our farm town again and go get pumpkins. Yeah, just pumpkins though. If we get pumpkins, we should be good. Because all the other things we have enough of from our farms in the farm town. So let's actually go world map. Fontebrock. Let's go here and let's add a pumpkin farm. I think we only have one and I think we're already using it somewhere else. Which is probably our issue. Okay, always all the pop-ups. You're losing money. No, I'm not. I'm getting 15,000 a day. I don't think I'm losing money. I think we are in fact fine. Every single time I start up this particular world, I need to add workers to different places. But yeah, for anyone who might not have seen this, this is our town or city actually of Fontebrock. This is our farming town. Like in which I said, I continuously need to redistribute resources every single time I load into it. Here we also have a research center for which we have in fact used, I think, all the research points. Here we haven't upgraded to a large city yet, which I think might actually upgrade because there are certain decorations that we don't have. So I would like to get to large city in my farm town as well. Like we are eventually going to have to continue playing with this to build it out. But as you can see, there's a lot we haven't done here yet. There is a lot that we haven't done here. Like, I don't know. We built this super cool fair with the option to extend over here. We build like bridges and everything. Absolutely adoring how this is coming together, but we definitely need to continue this town eventually too. Like, I think that is going to be my end point of this particular campaign playthrough is if we have reached 100%, which means that we actually need to unlock everything in all the research menus and do all the mayor quests in all the towns. Like, if I get to that, if I literally 100% this save, I think that's where I'm gonna, like, wrap up. Then I'll still play town to city, but then I would love to do, like, some creative building in town to city, or maybe, like, do a new campaign playthrough and see if we can do a completely different look or a completely different vibe or something. But yeah, I think for this playthrough particularly, I'm definitely gonna focus on 100%ing it. Okay, let's see. Because this is tomatoes. Do I have a pumpkin farm? It is not difficult at all. You can't set vibes, but What I like, and I've been saying this to everyone who's been debating this, if you enjoy yourself a game where you can, one, decorate, and two, do like a little bit of the town management, right? Like you progress to the next level and you upgrade to the next like class in your city, and then you get more, you unlock more buildings and stuff like that. If you enjoy that, but if you normally, or like if you've played any management games before, but they stress you out because there is punishment for doing something wrong, this game's going to be perfect for you. The reason I say that is because, one, you actually, it's quite hard to really do it wrong. Like, even if you don't do it perfect, your inhabitants or like your citizens are still going to be quite happy. Like, it's not difficult to keep them happy. It's also enjoyable to keep them happy because the things they want are just like decorations in your town and stuff, which is already fun to add. Secondly, if something's not perfectly working, you don't get punished. So, for example, if you're playing City Skylines and your citizens are unhappy, they start moving away. Or if you are trying to do too many tasks all at once and there's like a natural disaster and all of a sudden your buildings are burning down, it's stressful. I think this is something that they did so well with Town to City, and I'm so thankful they did that, is they took the genre of city management and not only gave it a cozy look and feel and cozy music, but they also made it cozy to play. Like, there is no stress. There, like, literally, I've been talking to you guys now. Like, I'm answering this question. I'm not even looking at my game because I know that it's not going to mess anything up. I can play at my own pace. I can take it slow. I can sometimes just focus for like half an hour on decorating a teeny tiny part of town because I know the rest will just be fine. And like I said, it's actually quite hard to get your citizens to be truly unhappy. But even if they are unhappy, it doesn't matter. Like, yes, it is like the challenge is up to you to make them happy again, but there's no punishment for not doing it immediately, which I think is a very good take on this genre. I think we were missing something in this particular genre with that strategy to it. Like, it still challenges you, but it doesn't stress you out. Exactly, too. This is a game that I'll start up when I want to relax. Also, I think I might genuinely just not have a pumpkin farm. I thought I had all the farms, but I don't have a pumpkin farm. Because we have cotton. We have... What is this farm? Edit farm? Grapes? I think this is also grapes. Yeah. This is corn. Wheat. Potatoes. Tomatoes. Wool. Roses. Lavender. Lettuce. Hop or barley. Milk. Another bee farm. I think this is another cotton farm. And another wool farm. I genuinely don't have a pumpkin farm. I played the demo and I loved it. I've not yet bought it, but I will at some point for sure. The good thing is this is like one of those games that you can buy it when it's on sale at some point. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on sale at some point. And then it's like, you're not like missing out because they are doing updates, but even the updates are like relatively small. Like the biggest update that they recently did was add a whole town, but you can still like, it's not like what I've talked about with, for example, Palia, where if you stop playing for even just a little bit, and you are not like invested for just a little bit, it immediately becomes super overwhelming. Okay, upgrade roads. We're gonna paint these here again. This is the only thing that I have beef with in this game is when you upgrade your roads. Do you see how much that changes the look and feel? Yeah, exactly. There are no limited time events or anything, so you can truly just play at your own pace, which is so welcome. Okay, we need a farmer's residence. I guess let's just put that one here. Let's get another road. I don't remember how big. I think it was 3. For not getting it in early access because it was cheaper. True. How much more expensive is it now? Is it like a lot more expensive? Okay, I'll just immediately upgrade that so it looks a little bit better. You can immediately come live here. I think that's actually perfect. We can edit the farm and then we can get... We also do not have medicinal herbs, actually. I think we might have unlocked those after completing all these farm types. Oh my god, the pumpkin looks so cute. Actually, stop it. I love the look of that. I think it's 30. And it was 25 before, I think, right? I don't exactly remember how expensive it was beforehand. Now if it's on sale, it costs the same as early access. Yeah, valid. I mean, obviously early access, you can sometimes have bugs or something, but I feel like this game, even during early access, was really good. That's something that always pleasantly surprises me. If a game is like actually really good during early access already. Is that the low or the tall fence? It's a tall fence. Because I think actually if we add that around this crop field too, that is gonna look a bit better. I love how there's like pumpkins growing there below the water. Like by the water line. Okay. Pumpkin field. Oh, wait. I'm forgetting this little piece here. The thing is, it says not enough granary transporters, but we can just... Oh, wait. Shit. I need to move people in. Do I have any houses available? I don't. See, here I'm actually running into the continuous issue that I do not have enough work. Wait, but I should have 2 workers available. Okay. So how about you? Edit connections. Can I also connect you to this? And then just add workers. And then we can remove someone here. Okay, I still actually am short-handed. But I think that would solve my problem. Okay, so we need a house that I can upgrade to three floors. Which is none of the... Oh my god, I have... All of the houses here are upgraded to 3 floors already because I keep having this problem. Okay, Thomas and Raven and Mayor, you guys are going to get a new neighbor. There we go. Okay, I think I solved the problem. Oh, it is on discount now? Really? Let's go. Okay, I might actually just immediately continue the path here. So that I have that ready. And then I know that the granary is already struggling, so I might regret this. But considering that there is yet another farm that we don't have yet, which is the medicinal herb one, I am feeling like I want to add that over here. I love the farm district, though. I love how this side of town is looking. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna... Because with the big farms, every 3 farms basically need their own granary. So this one is currently trying to service that one as well, but I don't think that's going to work. This one is servicing those 3. This one, I think, should only service these 3. So I don't think it should be working on this one, too. Which makes me think maybe I should preemptively just add one back here. Because this is already going to be like a little bit of a dead corner. And then we can just have a path going right alongside this fence to kind of connect over here, and we can immediately upgrade that so it's more efficient as well. And then they can move in here, and we can edit this farm, and we can add the medicinal herbs. Hi, Nymphleora, welcome in. It is good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. And that can go all the way back there, and then all the way below here. Kind of similar as we did with the pumpkin patch. I think this is going to look really cute. Okay, we're so close. Can I just add a little... Oh, we did it. We did it. Although I did notice that I accidentally add a little bit up here. I do want to get rid of that because that's a bit silly. That's better. And then we add the fence so that it's also... I don't exactly know what we'd need those medicinal herbs for yet, but I think we're gonna eventually run into a building that's gonna need it. And then it's just a lot nicer if we have it already. I'm just gonna have to move some more people in. Oh, I just realized that I fucked up the path here and the granary is not actually connected to it. Hold on. That's okay. I can just move it a little bit further back and then move the path. And connect it. That is very silly of me. Very silly, Goofy. There we go. That looks cute. I like it. I know. I love the colors of all the fields as well. Like, I love the combo. Okay, so, and now we are, like I said, running into the problem that we desperately need more housing space. Again, problem being that most of my houses here, no, not most, all of my houses here, I think are already, no, wait. This house is not 3 floors yet. That one isn't either. That one isn't either. Okay, both those families are happy. Great. Now I can add the workers that I need in here. And then I need to edit the connection. This one is going to surface this one. And then here we have an additional employee that can move here. Okay, that one currently needs more manpower. That's, I think, the biggest challenge. This house here can still be upgraded. The town city is just a very dense city, but I feel like that's also somewhat realistic, right? I do think that might have genuinely been the last house that I could make a bit taller. Okay, so then I guess kind of out of necessity, we're gonna add some houses here. The good part being that this area already has quite some stuff. Like there already is a winery and things, which hopefully should help with keeping this area happy when we move people in here. I love how this happens so often in Town City, where you'll literally be working on one thing. Like, I was working on my tourism town, get fully distracted by something that you need to do in another town, which that thing in that other town causes some new challenges, which then causes you to be distracted. And then, yeah, it's like an endless loop. Do you know a good coast? No. A simple reason, I literally stole Scott's nickname for me. That's how uncreative I am in that shit. So I am definitely not the person to give you any ideas. I mean, to be fair, some of the ones that I could have stolen from Scott are also horrible, so... Which you are very aware of, so now I'm starting to question why you asked me this question. Now I have a feeling there is some... Can you give me a bad one? You already know the bad one. Dromopsje. Yeah, best and worst game for ADHD, exactly. You can go live here. You can go live here. You can go live here. A non-Rose specific one. I just came up with the genuinely worst one. Also, thank you, Esther, for the uptime reminder. I genuinely just thought of Zeikuche, which is not making it better. That's not a good... Yeah. I have questions, even for myself. Okay, we are gonna dismiss this family because we're not gonna have a house close to lavender fields for them. It's just not happening. Also, we need 25 bourgeois class in this city to upgrade. That's insane. Although I think maybe the things in large city, it might be better to unlock them in the other town where we are actually working towards bourgeois. I think this town is not going to have that class. Did you just... Also to your wife? So far, you've only referred to this person as partner. Or are you talking about Esther? And since when? How? I need explanations. Wait, are you married to Esther? I was about to say, oh, other town. In Rocemarée, you guys are... Ah. I'm getting it now. I am getting it now. Okay. We moved families in. We have additional workforce here. People are generally happy. Well, I'm very sorry, Esther, that I literally just gave you the worst nickname on earth. Is this where I'm a cat? Yes, this is where you are a cat, Faye. It is. Okay. See, now you can actually say goodnight to your wife. I was so confused for a second there earlier. I was like, what are we talking about? Okay. Keep moving in. People keep needing upgrading things. But we now have this building. Yeah, there we go. We have everything we needed for the patisserie. Let's freaking go. Very nice. I like their snout. That is true. Zequis are very cute. Esther is 100% happy. Slay. That is very good. Speaking of, I think we should actually be able... Yeah, we can research the All Seasonals Hotel Bundle. Let's do that. You have a Zakui plush in your car. They're so cow. They're so cow. Sure. I mean, it's not a lie. Just, it's not the word I wanted to say, but they are very cow, so I guess it works. I guess we're just gonna... I guess we're just gonna run with it, huh? They are so cow. Holy shit. Unheard of. Okay, houses are all fully upgraded. Now we need to get working on actually making this look good. And I have an idea. I think I'm gonna make like a boulevard that is just going over here, around this. And then I think it's gonna go all the way in between here. It's not gonna go in between here because that's where we're gonna add some more palm trees. Just because we can. And then I want a fence. Let's see. I think I'm gonna use the light fence. I also think that I am, for now... Ooh, I'm holding two different things. That I didn't realize that was possible, but... There we go. That looks a bit better. I want the one with the string lights. Because these houses were looking a little sad. Yes, of course. Enjoy sleep. Enjoy, enjoy. I hope you have some lovely sleeps. Yeah, that is already looking nice. I'm happy for this. I think this is going to look really cute. I love how these houses are sort of wedged into the terrain, though. I think that gives it a very interesting dynamic to have this here. Then I definitely want to have these over here. I think that looks cute. I want to have these beach chairs on the wall. Because that feels very realistic to have those here. Definitely want to have some hanging plants. And then I think it would be nice to have something like this on the side. And then here we can have something like this. And we can actually have like a small water fountain over here, I think, on the boulevard. I think that's actually kind of cute. And then here we can have a ladder on the side. And here we can have a clock on the side. Yeah, that's nice. I think that's looking good. And then something that I want to do is... Do I want to use those? No, I think I want to use this. And then I want to do the disable collision because I actually want to make sure that they are connecting. Nope. I want to just grab the ladder to put it over here. Oh, that's cute. I like it. If you click in the water. Oh my god. I did not realize that. I mean, I think I probably have done it by accident because there's one of the... Oh, sometimes if people... No, but no one used it before you. You should get assigned a family. Feel free to try it again. See if it works. There is actually a Steam achievement to unlocking all the hidden animals, and I do have that. So I think I've done it before, just not knowingly. Because there is also one... Look, I can show you. If you click on one of the bushes, there's butterflies. And I think if you click on some of the trees, there are birds, if I remember correctly. But yeah, there's a Steam achievement to finding all the hidden animals. This game, I know, it has everything. Okay, we're definitely gonna add more palm trees because we currently do not have enough here. And we need more lights. We're gonna start with lights on the buildings, I think. Might be smart. And then I want to use these stone lights. Where am I going to place those? Maybe just like on the corner still. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. Also, hi, Frown is welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And then something that I would like to add, we're going to have to look into plaza decoration. Let's see. I feel like maybe we could have one of these here again. Hold on. I think maybe we should move this and like add it in between here. And then this one can go here. And then I just want to have like a couple of benches and stuff. Just like a spot for people to sort of sit. Because I feel like this little boulevard here is perfect for just having a little promenade. You know, later finding like maybe a spot to sit. Oh, those are a little far from the houses. Hold on. It's just simple. You know what would be really nice here? Bins. Imagine if every bench had its own bin. Wouldn't that be perfect? Yeah, I would. You just know I'm right. Definitely want to add some plants as well here. Along the water line. Yeah, that looks cute. I like it. And then we need some flower boxes on the side of these buildings. Because they were not decorated. Actually made them look a little bit sad. And then I actually really do like having a little bit more flowers here. Hold on. So we added the sunflower boxes on the other side. But I think it is nice to, I don't know, just have a little bit more. And maybe here we can, in between the two buildings, to sort of walk through. We can have the pergola. And then we can have two small trees lining that. It's very simple, but we can have some flower bushes here on the side as well. Yeah, I know the outfits of the townspeople are also very cute. I agree. And then here we can just have another water fountain. That's actually very cute. I like it. And then here we can have... hold on. I want to get some of the greenery to grow here on the side. I think that's also very cute. Yeah, I like that. Ugh, these houses are so nice. The reason I wanted to do those 3 stories is because I was like, There's often people that want to live by the water. And I think it's actually really nice to have a couple of like taller buildings. Like if you were to live here, that would have a view. These want to actually live nearby public service. We don't have any public service in town just yet. But I have an idea because you know what I think? Instead of having this fountain here, it would be perfect place for a newsstand. So people can get their newspaper and then read it by the water. I would love that. I don't even read newspapers. But that sounds like so much fun. I think I would absolutely adore that. Bam. Oh. Hold on, because I need more people in the warehouse now. Ooh. Okay, we are getting closer to needing... Because it still cannot get here. I think we are slowly getting to a point where we might need a second warehouse. Which is not bad. I think I might just hide it here because we already have this sort of natural tree line going. That was just here by default. So let's just lean into that. And go for a large warehouse here. No, that's the wrong road. There we go. Right, the newspaper stand is such a good idea. I love it. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that before. Okay. Now that is accounted for, and we actually have some workers that we can unassign here. See, this is the thing. If I were to upgrade the roads, we probably wouldn't have needed that, but I just really, really don't want the roads upgraded just yet. Maybe eventually I'll have to do it, but yeah, okay, so we are in fact out of housing again. But we're so close to being able to upgrade. We need 3 more people. But before I do any of that, I might want to see... See, the chapel has very low range. And the school doesn't require a warehouse. So I am tempted to maybe add a school over here. Because I think that's an interesting junction as well, because that forces us to continue the road elsewhere than straight through here, which again is going to prevent that sort of grid layout. I don't exactly know. I do think that I want to add houses on this side of the street. To sort of go opposite of what we have. I think that's going to create an interesting street dynamic. And then I think I might use this space to build like an even bigger playground. As if like the playground belongs to the school. I think that could be really cool. I think I might just make this a high-rise neighborhood. And add like even more high-rise buildings. I think that could actually be kind of nice. Because now I think I can move you in. Oh wait, obviously we need more artisans. So I can move people into these houses, but then we are going to have to upgrade another house to actually get the artisans. Okay, so now the question is... because I don't think I can see how many luxury points a place has before I upgrade it, which is low-key a little infuriating. Because then I don't know if this house is going to do well. Because it currently doesn't have a connection to housewares, which is making me feel like... This one also doesn't have a connection to housewares, though. So maybe it is good. Let's take the risk of upgrading this house here. 15. Okay, perfect. Let's upgrade this too, and this too, and this too. They all have, in fact, 15 luxury points. So that is perfect. Oh, that one even has 19 luxury points. And the good thing is we have plenty of townfolk that we can assign to all of these places. But we now have a bunch more artisans, which means that we can actually upgrade. And next time around, I am probably going to have to decorate all of this. I don't know if we'll get to it today because I've already been live for almost 3 hours. But we can upgrade again. Are you guys ready? That's 3 upgrades. Holy shit, in one stream. I do feel like it definitely grows really exponential. Like, especially if you already have played through the other 2 towns, like this town progresses so much faster because you don't have to do all the research for it. Like, I have everything unlocked. So we now actually unlocked research menu tier 6. Which is one that we already had. I think at this point we actually have... Oh, we haven't researched the water bullet yet. It's one of the few things that we haven't researched in the city menu. However, I currently don't have the bourgeois class in this particular city. I have that only in the other city. Like I said, that's going to be something we have to get back to our main city of Sunset Valley because that's the only place we have bourgeois. I am kind of intrigued now to really quickly check in that particular city, which technically here is still called Bellevaux, but we renamed it. So if we go into it, it's called Sunset Valley, I think. Or it should be. But I want to see here how we're doing on the progression towards that particular city status. Just because I think that gives us a good idea on how much we've progressed. Because as you can see here, okay, I know it's not 22. I know it's not 15. Come on. It's 95. Much better. Much better. Okay, apparently. See, again, I load into a new city and all of a sudden it's like, you have resources too many. Like, well, I'm not really sure if that's the case, but I'll reassign. It's fine. That's okay. But yeah, this is definitely a city that's relatively well balanced. Like, we have quite a lot of working class, but we have only one person who is unemployed. Then we have quite some artisans, although only 7 unemployed. And then we have 16 bourgeois, and we actually need 25. Also, that's interesting. It says that we have 16 here, residents 16, and then here it says 12 out of 25. How does that work? Oh, because I think it says 12 staying in Rocemarée. Is that because, wait, if I look at my full overview, where do I do that again? Economy breakdown. Bourgeois. Right? Looking at this average happiness, there's a couple of them that are very unhappy. But no one is below 60%. Why specifically? If I have 16, how does that work? Oh, wait, no, I looked wrong. Sorry. Now we can only see bourgeois. I think there's a couple that are really unhappy. No, that's exactly that list. Huh? If I untoggle all of the classes, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 random that are technically bourgeois, but okay, I feel like this menu is a little bugged out. You see this too, Jess, right? I feel like I'm specifically asking you because you know this menu, I guess. If I go into... Oh, that's just the families. Hold on. No, that is my fault. That's the families. Now I can see all the individual bourgeois. But yeah, their lowest happiness is 77. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15, 16. Not me saying 15 again. For fuck's sake, that's going to haunt me the rest of my life that I said it again. But why does it only count 12 here then? Maybe that's because they need the tourist destination. You heard that? Yeah, unfortunately. But in this one, we do also only have the city. So I guess now we are in 2 of our towns. We are at like max size, basically. Residents with at least 60% happiness and at least 1 tourist destination. So out of the 16, only 12 of them currently can tourist. So we need to actually expand our tourism town so that 16 out of the 25. And then we need to get we need to get 25 bourgeois class here. So we currently are 16 out of 25 in. And then we got to make sure that we have enough spots for them to actually receive them in the tourism town. So yeah, I guess in that sense, what we could do, because I think this is a pretty clear sign that we have to add another hotel for them to be able to, I don't know, like vacation. And I'm thinking it could be really nice to add a hotel here. Because we have our pub here. We have some sort of like cool historical looking place. I think it would be a really cool place to have a hotel somewhere here. Right? That was a bit confusing for me, and I know others too, how exactly. Yeah, so I guess that is it's like linked to the tourism, but that is indeed not super clear unless you read it like word for word very explicitly. But let's actually add a boutique hotel because we don't have that just yet. Do I just add it next to... Maybe I just add it next to the pub. So that we have space behind there to maybe add things. Because I think this hotel is going to need tourism routes as well. So we can actually use this area to add like cool restaurants and stuff. And have like, I don't know, almost like a communal area with a lot of like cool buildings that also provide luxury. So we can eventually add another bigger like luxurious neighborhood over here. And then here we can keep extending the town with, I don't know, just more like town folk residences. And here we can build like a fancier neighborhood. I think that could actually be really nice. But yeah, I guess then what we're going to try out now is we're going to see if we add this here. No workers available. What do you mean no workers available? I have workers available. But we need to add a route, I guess. Flourishing flower fields, forest hike, lakeside stroll, wine walk, charming canal, shoreline paradise. Ooh, actually. I mean, it's not really shoreline paradise. Hold on, I have an idea. What if we actually move this hotel? I'm trying to figure out like the placement of it. I think maybe this might be good. And then we go like this. And then from here, we can go down here. And we can make that route look really pretty, right? Okay, maybe I need to fix that with the sand. I don't know what I did. Oh. Oh. There we go. And then we can add like palm trees and stuff to make this look a little bit better, because right now it looks, I don't know, a little barren. No, that was horrible. Why did I do that? I wanted to add like a little bit, but not that much. There we go. Because I feel like now we can edit the route and we can actually do Shoreline Paradise. And then it needs to... Okay, so we need to do decorations, 25, which I think we can definitely do. It needs to pass a monument. I guess it could go here. Does that count as a monument? Oh no, we actually have to add those monuments. Oh, I didn't think about that. Lol. No, it ended up working fine for me too, Jess. I just misunderstood. It actually worked fine. Thank you, Lena. Thank you. Maybe this is finally time to add this hideous fountain. I still haven't added that, but maybe around this hotel we can like add a plaza here, because it's supposed to, like I said, this is called Shoreline Paradise. So I feel like if we go here and we add a plaza and then also a path that goes down here, then this hotel has like access to 2 beaches. Which I feel like makes a lot of sense. Okay, again, the path should probably... No. That's an interesting shape, bro. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Okay, let's see. Do I want to go for actual plaza? I might want to go for actual plaza here. And just like go... Okay, maybe not all the... Hold on. Working with the bigger brushes can be a little infuriating sometimes. Yeah, bro, that was not great. Hold on. Okay, I definitely feel like... Hold on. And then we need to move this to be a little, to be like more in the middle. Yeah, I know, Jess, same. I wish you could blend different road types. That would be so nice. Let's change this pathway to sand, so it actually matches with the beach back here. Because I feel like that is a little realistic. So that we can place a bunch of palm trees. And then we're going to decorate in between. So don't worry, it's not just going to be like the most randomly placed palm trees you'll ever see. We can do the same over here, by the way. Sort of from there onwards, like so. And then what I really like, because these are almost like private beaches for this hotel, right? Like, not really. But they feel like it. So I'm gonna do like one of those walkways that's like, I don't know. It's gonna feel fancy to walk to this beach. Ooh, that is so cool, Jess. I love that. That sounds very exciting. Yes, of course, Alma. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I also should probably wrap up stream in not too long. Because we have another stream coming in tomorrow morning already. So, should probably make sure to get in enough rest. We're playing Palea tomorrow morning. It's another row before coffee stream. So if you ooh, actually that would have been cute too. If you want to come hang out, you're very welcome. Okay, so this one, if we edit the route, we would go invalid placement. Have they updated how you make the routes? Okay, there's currently 0% water, which makes sense. Double click on the path to add a new point. I am so confused. Hold on. Edit routes. Shoreline route. This is not going well, is it? I'm gonna delete this and I'm gonna add a new one because I don't know what happened there, but that was not great. Double click on path to add a new point. I have to click here first. Okay, let's first go here then. And then go here. Why does that not work? Is it like nighttime for you now? Yes, it is currently 10 p.m. See, I added this dot, but it doesn't actually work. It also says that it's not coming close to water. "4 p.m. in New York." Yes, you guys are 6 hours behind us. And then here it says that I can't go there. Why? So I need to walk close by to water, but I can't go to the water. Is it because there's no path? Because you're not going to tell me that I have to add that ugly path onto the beach, right? I'm afraid I might have to. I'm just going to check. Obviously, that's very ugly. I'm not going to keep it, but... yeah, there has to be a path. You know what? At that point, I'm just going to paint the whole beach to be this lighter sand. Because honestly, the light sand is not ugly either. So I don't mind. But I don't like the two sands mixed. Like, that is not great. So then it's way better to just have all of this be the lighter sand. Like, it's not my favorite look. I like the more orange sand on the beaches, actually. But if I would like to do my tourism routes along the beach. Like, I kind of have a vision for both of these to go along the shoreline. So I'm just going to update it. Right? That's not so bad. That's what I'm thinking. Let's actually remove these rocks quickly. Like, I think this can still look really cute. So just work with the lighter sand. Then it just becomes a little bit more tropical. Like a little bit more white sand beach. I still think that looks good. And then we should actually be able to go around. And you know what I think might look good? And then I think I should probably go find someone to raid. If we just connect that. So that road is just a little bit bigger. And then I don't exactly know what to do with this corner yet, but I might make like a really cool picnic spot or something out there. Or I might even place like a restaurant or something there. I think that would be a really cool place for like a nice building. That's why I'm keeping this free for now. And then on this plaza, we can also just add like market stalls and stuff. Because yet again, I think actually on this particular hotel, like we can add routes that also go past shops, which I think is going to be really nice. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But yeah, I think right now we don't have enough routes, so this hotel technically isn't doing anything. Like we, not enough guests to add a new worker, improve the route score. Yeah, so if we add routes, also hi Timbo, it's good to see you. If we add routes, that will make the hotel become available for people that want to stay here. And then we should be able to actually get those 16 bourgeois all in this city. And then we have like a fancy hotel here. This is just like this is a hotel that you visit, like an inn, if you just want to visit the town. And then this is a hotel that you visit if you want to like lounge on a private beach and have like a really fancy like vacation. And then we can eventually maybe even change this hotel for that like fanciest hotel, which by the way, I think we should be able to research something again. Yeah. Oh, we can actually, hold on. We can research the Grand Hotel now. Okay. I think maybe with researching that, I am going to save my game. For 54%. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Also, for your information, I have one save here. That's campaign 3. That's 60%. This is the campaign that I was playing privately, which I have not literally worked on any of the tourism stuff. I don't even have the bourgeois class. The only reason I'm at 60% instead of 54 is because I've done like all of the mayor quests available in my private save. So I genuinely think those are going to make a really big difference when it comes to continuing to work towards the perfection in this one. Because yeah, I think those just count really heavily. So I think once we work our way up through all the classes and all the research menus and stuff, we can eventually start focus on that. Also, Rose, please don't make demands like that. Even if it's bothering you, this is my stream, not yours. So yeah. I know you said please, but still it sounded quite demanding. And I'm also just wrapping up my game and closing the stream. And it's not bothering me, or at least not enough that I've noticed. So I might come back to it and remove it, but yeah. But yeah, I think we can come back to the save. I think in 2 weeks I had another Town and City stream planned. I'm very excited for that. I will just save and quit just to be sure. I'm always scared. Like I always double save, but I'd much rather. And then we do exit the main menu. And then I'm going to have to find someone to raid. And I actually don't know. Because Town and City, I don't know if a lot of people are still playing Town and City. Also, let me put on the music again. Hold on. Let's see who all is live. Exactly. Better save than sorry. I see what you did there. Might not have noticed. Well, I definitely didn't notice. I definitely didn't notice, which maybe I'll notice next time. But yeah. For now, I think I'll just leave it. Let's see. Let's see where we can go. I mean, there's plenty of people live, which I am just checking. Hold on. The gaming streams are so fun. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Okay. No one I know at least is playing Town to City. Doing a little scrollsy. I have a fun idea that would actually be a Minecraft streamer. Um, I think that might actually be fun. Yes, tips for anyone gaming right now. Also save your games. Good shout. I've been playing since I said I bought it, and I think I have a new obsession. Yay, let's go. Yes, oh my god, I would love to see. We have a town to city chat in the Discord as well. So for anyone playing, I would love to see what you're working on. But thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I'm happy that you enjoy lurking. But yeah, we're gonna I think I know where we're gonna go. So if you guys want to hang out in our Discord, that's where you can also find my stream schedule in time zone friendly ways, as well as the rest of the community outside of stream hours. You know, it's just good vibes. Next to that, if you want to follow me on any of my other socials, I'm primarily active on Instagram. Or if you want to follow me on YouTube, either of my channels, both of the links were just posted in chat. So yeah, feel free to check all of that out. Annoying sounds on your PC. I hope that you managed that. Nuts. I hope that you fixed it. Exactly. We have games channels in the Discord as well, where you can yap about a whole bunch of different games. So yeah, if you play any game, even if there's like a game that you love to play and maybe other people in the community do too, and there's no chat for it, you can actually request a chat for it as well. I know she's being so ridiculously cute. She's literally been here the entire evening. She loves the new reading chair. Yeah, I'm back tomorrow morning. Like I said, we're doing another row before coffee stream. I'm going to be playing some Palia. We are so nicely into some quests, and I'm very excited to continue with that. Still not being there for over a month, and I can't figure out where they're coming from. That is hella annoying. I am so sorry. I hope you figure it out very soon. Also, if you want to come along on this raid, we'll have some raid messages that you can copy pasta. I truly hope they don't get blocked in the chat of the person that we're raiding, because it's someone with a little bit of a bigger stream, and sometimes they block those things for spam purposes. But I would still love to go say hi to this person. I think you guys will love it over here as well. So still feel free to copy and paste the raid messages. We're going to go say hi to False. And False is actually working on some building in Minecraft, which I know that you guys really vibe with. And I really vibe with that too. So I think it's going to be fun. And I don't get the raid Falls very often, because I think usually she stops a little earlier than I do. So yeah, I'm very excited. Yes, of course, Lena. Thank you so, so much. And, I hope you all have some lovely sleeps if you're also going to go to bed. And if you still have a bit more of the day ahead of you, then I hope you have a wonderful rest of your time zone. Thank you all so much for being here, and I'll catch you guys later.